It's the time of year when the Prime Minister and the Labour leader both unveil their latest State of the Nation speeches. This is when they share their thoughts on how the country's tracking. So what have the two parties got for us this year? Since Labour has been in opposition, themes of inequality have been common, while the Prime Minister has often announced new policy in his speeches, policy that eventually becomes reality. This morning, Labour leader Andrew Little unveiled his first State of the Nation speech since being elected Labour leader last November. He spoke at length about inequality. He plans to address this problem, and it's one of his main priorities as leader. He stated figures showing that since 2008, when National was elected to government, there are now 20,000 extra people living in poverty. He wants to rebrand Labour as the Jobs Party, to broaden the scope of the party's target audience to include small business owners. This makes sense, as small businesses are growing in popularity and contribute 30% of the country's economy. Businesses with less than 20 employees are also leading the way when it comes to creating new jobs. Mr Little promised the super fund would invest in start-up firms, promising that New Zealand would once again have the lowest unemployment rate in the developed world. Meanwhile, Prime Minister John Key outlined his own policies that could see up to 8,000 Housing New Zealand homes sold off, but he's promising that the homes will be sold to community housing providers. Housing New Zealand will remain the country's largest landlord. However, the government plans to review 5,000 tenants over the next 2 years to see whether they can move out of state housing. The government's main priorities this year include supporting the Christchurch rebuild, as well as managing the government's books and building a productive and competitive economy.